Author Jonathan Franzen has sold millions of books. He won the National Book Award. Time put him on the cover with the headline, Great American Novelist. I remember this. Franzen, you remember that cover, Jonathan?
I have a recollection of that cover, yes.
You have a couple copies sitting around home? I remember.
Framed in your living room?
I think my brother has a framed copy, yes.
Franzen is a best-selling author of The Corrections Freedom. In his new book, it's called Purity. The Los Angeles Times calls it fierce writing. Quote, it does what fiction is supposed to, forcing us to peel back the surfaces to see how love can turn to desolation, how we are betrayed by what we believe. Jonathan Franzen, we welcome you to the table.
It's great to be here with you.
It's great to have you. Can I just start with the first line? Oh, Pussycat, I'm so glad to hear your voice. And that was off to the races because I thought, number one, who's Pussycat? Who are they talking to and what's about to happen? So start us off with Pussycat, Jonathan. I love that.
Well, Pussycat is what Pip Tyler's mother calls her. It's grates on her ears, of course. Pip's in a terrible position. She's the only child of a mother who is a big child herself. So she's had to kind of be the grown-up in this little cabin where they live in California. No money, not many prospects, and a somewhat nutty mother.
Yeah. I was going to say, Mom had some mental issues, and it all revolves around many things, one including Pip's desire to find who her father is, because Mother isn't telling her, but there's sex, there's infidelity, there's murders, there's lies or manipulation, all the things that you think are fun, and yet you say there's humor in this book.
Well, I think of myself as a funny writer. Not everyone sees it that way, but people making mistakes are funny. And people making mistakes when they're young and then living with the consequences of their mistakes. And it's a big book, so we follow some of the characters over 25, 30 years. See what happens when that youthful idealism encounters reality. That can be a comic collision. People who are not in touch with reality, I find funny.
Yeah, and common. I mean, I mean, there is this, dysfunctionalness at the heart of these characters, right? Is that the right word?
Well, I resist the word dysfunction because, the children are being fed and clothed. Family function is being, to that extent, fulfilled. But, they're interesting and troubled. And you get to more interesting places with a piece of fiction when you have people who are not normal, but kind of at the extreme margin, and you get to these kind of more dramatic and revealing places with extreme people.
What's at the heart of complications in most relationships? I mean, you've said several years ago, trying to be perfectly likable is incompatible with loving relationships.
Yeah. I did say that. I was referring, I think, to Facebook and the kind of the culture of liking there. But I think failure to recognize another person as they really are is often at the heart of the problem. You get married, you think, oh, things will change. I can change this person, or we can be perfectly united, never have any secrets from each other. There are all these kind of expectations you have when you're young. And in fact, you need to have two separate individuals who get to be themselves and who acknowledge each other's
So you need authenticity
identity.
and truth.
Yeah. We're at a very abstract place here on a Thursday morning, but I'm happy to be here.
I know. I
with
just
you.
felt like going really deep with you about sort of about the need to change and all that.
But his book does that.
That's what novelists are supposed to do. I
Your
think.
book does that.
Well, yes, while trying to also tell a story in a recognizable present. So the big chunk of the book is set in East Germany. I was always interested in the culture of surveillance in East Berlin, and I wanted to tell a story in which the Stasi might not be the enemy, but the friend of one of the characters.
Yeah, there's a WikiLeaks character in there, Julian Assange, that you said is admired like Bruce Springsteen. But this is what I read about you. That you recently said the third revelation of your life after sex, which I get, and the discovery of literature, which I get, are birds. That you love sex, literature, and birds.
I do
in that
plead
order.
guilty to.
I get the sex, I get the literature. I was just curious about the birds.
Well, once you become aware of birds, they're always around you. There's
true.
no place you can go where you cannot be close to listening for, looking for a bird. Even out in the middle of the ocean, even in the middle of New York City.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I never thought of that, Jonathan.
Hopefully sex is everywhere, too.
Sex is everywhere too, and in interesting ways, in ways that people don't like to think about.
There's a lot we can explore,
Yes,
especially
purity.
that.
Purity, the name of the book. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Jonathan.
having
Purity is on sale.
Jonathan, did you think I was going to ask an Oprah question, book club question?
Gail is starting a book club. Will you be a member of it?
I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I would love to have you.
Thanks.
Nice to
So
meet
you restrained yourself? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I like Jonathan.